Well, these are moments that competitors like Dixon live for.
If you're familiar with Marshall softball, you know the name Jordan Dixon. And even though for the last 4 years all eyes have been on her in the center circle, she hasn't always been in the limelight.
Growing up, Miranda and Leslie were always very, very good in softball, and of course they played in the SEC for the University of Arkansas. And the boys were very good in wrestling. Well, wrestling, baseball, football, that was kind of. And Jordy kind of lived in their shadow a little bit. She was in the Dixon girls' shadow, and then she was in the Dixon triplet shadow. And so she always worked twice as hard because she wanted to make a name for herself.
Growing up in a competitive household with 5 extremely athletic siblings, Dixon played softball just as her older sisters did and was hoping to follow in their footsteps.
I watched my sisters going on visits to major schools like Tennessee, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, just these huge schools. And I got up there and I was like, well, why is Tennessee not hitting it? Why are all these big schools not hitting me up? And I realized very quickly I'm a much different type of athlete than my sisters were.
Short in stature, coming in at only 5'3", Dixon did not look like your average textbook pitcher.
Little short fingers and just not really what you would pick a really good pitcher to be. She's not your typical pitcher style looking person. You wouldn't think that you could develop someone with those credentials.
But that didn't stop Marshall head coach Shonda Stanton from taking interest in pursuing the pitcher.
She's a bulldog, and she reminds us a lot of Ace that we had prior to her. Same thing, not the stature, that long build, like our pitching coach. You're 5'11" and have the levers. And when you're a little bit shorter in stature, you got to put everything behind it, and you got to go after it. And we knew she was strong, and so she had those intangibles as far as strength. We just knew we had to guide them in the right direction.
Coach Stanton's persistence paid off, and after graduating high school, Jordan packed up her car and drove the 950 miles to Huntington, West Virginia to start her own journey.
Partly why I chose to come so far was because I wanted to make a name for myself outside of, oh, you're the Dixon sister, or you're the triplet sister. So that was a big deal for me, finding myself, finding my own identity within softball.
As she grew and developed during her time at Marshall, she faced challenges on the field as well as off it, having to deal with the loss of a close friend and her mother being diagnosed with breast cancer last spring.
The type of cancer I have, we have to do the worst chemo on the face of the earth, which is called Red Devil. So we decided to go full-blown, very aggressive, 100% aggressive. So I had a double mastectomy, I had the chemo, I had every single thing you could possibly do to possibly keep it at hand's length for the rest of my life.
But even with the outside distractions, when she stepped on the field, she got into the zone and took a page from her courageous mother's book.
My mom has to make the decision to wake up every single day and fight, and she's gonna have a good day, and that's the same thing I do. I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna do my best. Softball is my release, I'm not gonna think about that stuff, I'm gonna make my family proud, I'm gonna do everything I can, and so that has really just pushed me to be the best I can.
And that fire and desire to be the best helped Jordan to become one of the top pitchers in Marshall history. Having recorded more than 1,100 career strikeouts, Dixon ranks first in the record books in strikeouts, wins, and innings pitched, and recorded 3 no-hitters in her time pitching for the Thundering Herd.
She gets the grab and gets the no-no.
In her senior season alone, she led the team to a 41-10 overall record, a regular season championship, and an NCAA tournament berth.
I didn't expect this. But I always know she's going to do good in whatever she does. I didn't expect this. This is kind of a shocker.
It's amazing. Like I said, we don't set expectations as far as numbers. We have lofty goals and dreams, but we never want to cap it. And so to be able to see a young kid come in and just continue to get better and better. And so it's been fun to just really see her grow in her confidence and to see now where she's taken us. It's fast pitch softball reason. You're not going to go far if you don't have an ace in the circle. And what a warrior. She's pitched over 1,000 innings. She has put us on her back on numerous occasions, and that's been fun to watch and really a joy to coach. But I'm more proud of the individual that she's become. We knew, like we said, she had those strengths coming in, but sometimes you just had to curve them in the right direction. And I'm fully confident that she's going to go out into the world and be a huge success, whatever she wants to do.
With the end goal of making a name for herself, which is something she has without a doubt done at Marshall, there was always one thing she had in the back of her mind.
Athletically, I'm not the best athlete in the family, but I wanted to make a name for myself like my siblings have. I want to prove that I am the best, and I'm regardless of what conference it is, I am one of the top athletes in the country.